In China, what happens when a family suddenly loses its income? Today, I want to take you into a real situation that many Chinese families are facing right now. A stay-at-home mom, a husband hit by midlife unemployment, and two kids to raise. No soap opera drama, no emotional manipulation. Just real numbers, real daily life. To be honest, in China, the phrase stay at home mom carries a cost that most people have never stopped to calculate. For a family of four in a second or third tier city, the basic monthly expenses look something like this. Rent or mortgage, 2,000 to 4,000 yuan, about 300 to 600 USD. The older child's education, public school, uniforms, materials, at least 1,500 yuan a month, over 200 USD. The other child is still nursing, formula, diapers, basic baby supplies, another 2,000 yuan a month. Food, utilities, transportation, no matter how frugal you are, that's another 3,000 yuan, about 450 USD. Add it all up, and the bare minimum is 8,500 to 10,500 yuan a month, roughly 1,000 to 1,300 USD. If the husband is working, earning 8,000 or 10,000 yuan a month, they can scrape by. But what if he loses his job in his mid-30s? Now I want to take you back to a day in the life of an ordinary Chinese family. 8 a.m. Wake up and make breakfast. Dad is still resting. He's a programmer. 2026 is the year of the horse in the Chinese zodiac, his birth year. He's 36. There's a saying in China about your zodiac birth year. You should wear red, and the entire year will be unlucky. There's no scientific basis for it, but honestly, things have been going badly for him since last year, because he's been unemployed since last year. Insomnia every night. Scrolling job sites all day long. If you're over 35, sending out your resume is like throwing it into a black hole. Look at the job listings on those apps. Every single one says under 35. In China, midlife unemployment isn't just about having no money. It's the sudden realization that society doesn't seem to need you anymore. July, the older child is on summer break. 8:30 a.m. After breakfast, head to the wet market. Do you know the cheapest time to go to the market? Right before closing time. After 12:30 p.m., the vendors start cutting prices. A bunch of greens goes from 3 yuan to 1 yuan, a fish from 20 yuan to 12. See? That's the survival wisdom that comes when the money runs out. Honestly, a lot of people think life in China is so convenient. Scan a QR code and everything appears. But have you ever thought about what happens when your income drops to zero? Those conveniences have nothing to do with you anymore. The food delivery app is still on your phone, but you don't open it. A meal delivery used to cost 30 yuan. Now 30 yuan feeds the whole family for a day. Grocery delivery, forget it. You ride your bike to the market, carry a sack of rice and a jug of oil home on your own. But here's the thing. Stay-at-home moms in China have an ability I genuinely admire. They might be the best calculators in the world. I don't mean doing math problems, I mean figuring out how to keep a family going on limited money. The older child's clothes get handed down to the younger one. Pour a jug of cooking oil into a smaller bottle, it lasts longer. After 8 p.m., go to the bakery. Buy one get one free bread becomes the next day's breakfast. In Chinese, there's a phrase for this, meticulous budgeting. In China, those 4 words are a family's last line of defense. In China, unemployment insurance pays out for roughly 12 to 24 months, around 1,000 to 2,000 yuan a month, 150 to 300 USD. China doesn't have targeted assistance for unemployed families. Child subsidies only started in 2025, 3,600 yuan per child per year, paid annually for 3 years. I've been a full-time stay-at-home mom since 2020. Before that, I had a job. My employer paid into the social insurance and housing fund for me. Yes, that's the string of deductions you see on every Chinese worker's pay stub. Back then, watching so much money deducted every month, I admit it hurt. But later I realized that money came back exactly when I needed it most. After my first child was born, I received a maternity allowance. How much? It's based on your salary before you left work, roughly several months' wages, paid in one lump sum. In China, that's typically anywhere from a few thousand to tens of thousands of yuan, depending on your previous salary level and the contribution base your employer used. It can work out to somewhere between 1,000 and 5,000 USD. But many of the full-time moms I know have never worked a single day in their lives. They might have gotten married right after graduation or always helped out back in their hometown, never setting foot in a company, never covered by the social insurance system. For them, what's a maternity allowance? They've never even heard of it. No maternity allowance, no health insurance reimbursement. Having a baby is purely out of pocket. A natural birth costs several thousand yuan, a C-section over 10,000. In China, for a family with no income, that's an entire year's savings. A husband facing midlife unemployment, 2 kids to raise, a stay-at-home mom with no income. But if she never even got a maternity allowance, never even paid into the health insurance system, her situation is 100 times harder than mine. I at least had that allowance to help me through a stretch when my first child was born. What do the moms who never even had that step rely on? Their husbands, their parents, their savings. And in the end, it all comes down to don't get sick, don't let anything go wrong, don't encounter any surprises. If the husband can't find a job, the family's only cushion is savings. You see, this is why China's household savings rate has always been one of the highest in the world. Not because people love to save, but because they don't dare not to. Life always finds a way. My husband started picking up flexible gigs, about 150 to 200 yuan a day, roughly 20 to 30 USD, working every day without a break. He can make 5,000 to 6,000 yuan a month, enough to cover the family's basic expenses. Honestly, going from an office white-collar worker to a gig worker, not everyone can stomach that fall. But with 2 kids to feed and send to school, things like pride just aren't that important anymore. I'm not even the worst off. In China, there are people who have never had a job, never paid into insurance, and have no skills whatsoever. In their 30s, with 2 kids in tow, that's just how life is. It doesn't give you a discount just because you lack skills. Life goes on. If you have a car, you drive for ride-hailing. From 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., 14 hours a day. After the platform takes its cut, you take home about 150 to 200 yuan, 20 to 30 USD. A full month with no days off, and you'll earn 5,000 to 6,000 yuan. No car? You ride an electric bike delivering food. Look at the delivery riders on the street in those yellow and blue uniforms. Hidden among them are plenty of middle-aged unemployed men. 4 to 6 yuan per order, riding all day, climbing countless flights of stairs, and at the end of the month, it's still 5 or 6,000 yuan. Some moms set up a street stall while looking after their kids. In night markets at 7 or 8 p.m., those snack stalls, the ones selling clothes, toys, phone cases, how many of them are run by moms? The kids sit on little stools right next to them, doing homework, watching videos on a phone. One evening, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., 5 hours. On a good night, they might make 2 or 300 yuan, about 30 to 45 USD. On a bad night, just a few dozen. See, that's the resilience of ordinary Chinese families. Not elegant, not dignified, but they survive. How do unemployed families get by in your country? Do you have similar child welfare or unemployment benefits? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to see more content like this, hit that follow button. See you in the next video. Bye.